Welcome back to the shit show. So here's where we're at today. I got this manifold to fit, but once the gasket goes in, it's going to be touching. So I'm half tempted to take it to the machine shop around the corner and see if they'll take like a 1/4 inch off. I don't think I need that much, but it'd just make it nicer. And then this happened today. I could not get this manifold to work with the mid plate here. So, as you can see, I might have chopped it and gave it a whole new angle to go where I wanted it to go, and it'll work. The only problem is this bolt hole might be, so putting that bolt in might be a little hairy. But that's it. These manifolds aren't going to be on here long. I'm only trying to get it running for the BO pre-race at Cordova. So tomorrow we'll be wiring that monstrosity, that, and that big blue wire on there runs the fuel pump and it goes to the back, so I don't have to run a switch for that. And I'm just going to put that water pump on a toggle, and I don't know, now that the radiator's in, I got to put a hold down in yet, but I think I might fit in dual fans yet. If not, I'll buy the other water pump that sits back farther, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Something funny today. So I wanted to prime the engine, so I had a let me show you in my mess over here. It's a Moroso water pump. My buddy gave me was off a race car he bought that he wasn't going to use. And I was going to use a belt. Well, I couldn't. I've always got like 1,000,000 belts running around. I must have thrown them all out. The only thing I could find was a serpentine belt, which I would have used, but it was so long, it just wasn't going to work. So I said, So I started spinning it by hand. I only put 4 quarts of Rotella 1540 in it and the Comp Cam's zinc additive. So I started spinning it by hand, and I could feel the oil in it, I thought, and I wasn't sure. So I grabbed a little bucket, put it into the filter I was going to use to break it in with, and as I'm spinning it, I spin the filter off, and the filter's full. I was like, oh shit. So I go grab my 70-year-old, I'm like, hey, watch the gauge. So I'm spinning it by hand. I had 10 pounds of pressure at the gauge. This pump is no joke. That thing's going to move some freaking fluid. So tomorrow's all wiring, and I keep neglecting, you're going to laugh, but you see the hose running over the back into the trunk. There's 2 of them. They're from here. The whole fuel system's done except for I got to cut it to fit to the return on the tank and right at the second filter on the other side of the pump. And that's that. So I should probably tomorrow start with that and just be done with it. And then once the wiring's done, I'm on the brake lines. Since we took all the fender wells out for this, I'm gonna just redo it all and pin it how I want. And I got a wire in the car. So if I remember right, the 2 red ones are keyed power. The purple one is the igniter for the starter. Oh, I finished this today too. Power steering is done. I crimped the hell out of that line trying to bend it into a U to make it work how I wanted, because the original setup just goes all over the place. And I just needed to get from the pump to the box. And that was my solution. I'll make a better one later. It'll work to run it for now. I'm trying to get it together for a BOP race at Cordova on October 11th. I would like to get it out. That's why I'm putting the stock manifolds in for now. I am building headers for it, and I digress. I know I'm going to, this back port's going to have to come up and around the steering column forward. And so, the turbos are going to sit up here, one on the other side. It ain't going to be that bad. But, so I'm putting the manifolds on it. We're going to just race it naturally aspirated. So once the wiring's all done, then I'll be on to what little bit of exhaust I plan on putting in here, because I got to get that O2 sensors hanging there, hooked up to. And speaking of wiring, here's the Holly connector for the sensor, for the GM sensor. That's as close as I can get it. Now I gotta see if they make an extension harness, because I really don't want to have to cut it and splice it. I hate doing that when I don't have to. But I had to put it there. It didn't give me any choice, because I wanted the gauge hooked up, and that's the only hole deep enough for the gauge. And I wasn't drilling on the side of the block there by the thermostat and redoing it. I just refused to do it at this point. So this is where we're going at. Either I'll find an extension harness or I'll extend the harness myself. But it is what it is. We'll get this done, get the brakes done. I got, what do I got left? Hoses for the radiator. I'm probably just going to set a fan in front of it when we break the cam in for now. And I'll get the fans here in a couple weeks. We should be set. And I need a set of seats. I have a set in the Camaro, but I think I'm going to leave them in the Camaro because New Vision Garage bought it. I told him I was taking the seats before he bought it, but you know how it is. I just rather let him have them, and I'll find something else. Oh, I need harnesses. What else we need? I've got a list somewhere. I need the 5-point harnesses. The cage still has to be certed. However, the guy furniture area that does cages at certs is he lives down by Cordova. I'm hoping I'll call him up here in a week. Be like, hey man, what are you doing on the 11th, on the Saturday? You want to come out to Cordova and inspect the cage for me before we start racing? And hopefully he says yes. He comes out there and he gives it his holy blessing, and we're all good. Oh, and I got to change the gears. It's got 410s. I have the brand new 275s for it. I'll get them in. It's not going to be as potent without the turbos with them 275s, but it'll run. I bet you at least hit 11s. Low 11s. We'll see. Well, like, subscribe, share with your buddies.